positive in a negative situation, you win.
Whatever they decided I couldn't do is exactly what I did.
1 year from today, you're going to look back at the previous 365 days and you're either going to say, thank God I spent my time doing that, or you're going to say, damn, I wish I spent my time doing that.
That's probably one of the realest shit someone's ever told me. You can do anything you put your mind to. Don't fuck up, please.
On a job, go socialize. Don't eat, don't sleep, and don't ask why. Sell your soul for the Hollywood dream. Sell your soul for the Hollywood dream. Sell your soul for the Hollywood dream. You're gonna be the next big thing.
With the blink.
Give me love you long time. All my girls get down on the floor. Back to back, drop it down real low. Bunch of lady, but I'm dancing like a house. You know what? I don't give a fuck, so here we go. How come every time you come around my London Bridge wanna go down?
Wanna go, I can take you there.
Okay, so I've had tons of videos of people asking me how I learnt to like studying and how I actually really enjoy it now. So these are going to be my tips on what helped me. The first one is having planners that you know what they're for. This is my daily planner where I write down everything I need to do, and this is my planner where I write down online lecture notes. So if everything is organised, it definitely helps me want to do it a lot more. Second thing is knowing where you study best. I don't work well in my bedroom at all. I think it's because my bed is right behind me and all I end up doing is going to sleep. But library after 6 o'clock when no one is there, that is my prime time. Library from 6 till 10, brilliant. Or any coffee shop. There is some in Nottingham. One is called 200 Degrees Coffee, really dim lighting, table service, absolutely brilliant, and I can spend 8 hours in there. I figured out that I actually need some sort of background noise, so coffee shops are really good for that, and the library I always study in the amber zone, so there's still a bit of chit chat, but I can't work in dead silence. Music as well. I do actually have a playlist for this up in the link in my bio on my Spotify, but I need some music on, but it can't have too many words in it, otherwise I get distracted. I'm very particular. I think it also helps that I do actually enjoy my subject. I take psychology with criminology and I do a lot of extra reading, a lot of extra stuff surrounding the subject, so I learn which fields I like and which areas I don't like, so I know how to use that. I will also, this sounds really weird, but I will reward myself once I've done studying. So I will come home and have chocolate or something, and then you get a good feeling once you've done it and it makes you want to do it more. Also, I set days up so I know when I'm going to be studying, so I don't really do it much on Saturdays because I'm normally hanging from the Friday night before. But Sundays I will go down to my Starbucks, I'll go about 12 o'clock and I'll stay there until about 7, and then I will go to the library afterwards and stay until about 10, and then I know that I've done about 10 hours solid work that day and I can literally just chill. I do have breaks, by the way. I don't do 10 solid hours. I will have 15-minute breaks every now and then to just clear my mind. Also, I always need a coffee or a drink. Did you hear that? I always need a coffee or a drink or something just to kind of keep me going. So if I'm at home, I'll make a tea. If I'm out, I will buy the cheapest coffee that is there. I hope that these have helped. I've got some more tips up on my page, but they're not me speaking, so I thought this would help. If you get stuck, literally just DM me. I'm in a bit of a rush, so I can't speak about this for too long.
This is just a friendly reminder to anyone who has exams right now. There are times when you're studying and you might not feel like doing the work, even though your exam is within the next week or the next couple of days. Whenever you get to those moments, first take a break. It's important to have breaks. I'm going to the gym in a second because I need a break from studying, and it's unhealthy to try and study all day, every day. But beyond that, when you feel like you don't want to do any work and you're unmotivated, just remind yourself that when you sit down in the exam, all of the weeks and months and hours of studying that you've done are going to pay off. And only when you sit down in the exam will you actually feel good about all of the work you've done, because that's where you actually put the knowledge to use. When I feel unmotivated to study, which by the way happens all the time, I just imagine myself on the exam day looking at the questions and knowing the answers to everything because I studied and I worked hard and I pushed through the moments where I didn't feel like working. That's something that keeps me going. Just the thought of having that really happy feeling in the exam, knowing that I've done well because I studied and prepared properly.
You have to sleep, it's what keeps you pretty. Who cares if I'm pretty if I fail my final?
Don't you see, baby, nothing comes for free. They say I'm a control freak, driven by greed.
Asking med students how they study in med school.
Okay, Tom, so how do you study in med school?
Anki. I write on my iPad. And study groups.
Hanya, so how do you study in med school?
Concept maps, Anki, and a study group.
Doris, how do you study in med school?
Textbooks, summary notes, and study groups.
Wrong. No, you gotta say that.
Shayo, how do you study in med school?
Flashcards, notes, my iPad, textbooks.
That's slightly different. She didn't say Anki, she said flashcards. You know?
I swear I was about to say flashcards.
Wow.
Suleiman, how do you study in med school?
Anki. That's it. So Gogo, how do you study in medical school?
I use Anki, YouTube videos, and practice questions.
Do it alone. Do it broke. Do it tired. Do it scared. Just do it.
Anybody who's ever gone through depression would tell you that it's not just something in your mind, but rather it's something you feel in your body. As much as it's in your head, it's also in your stomach. Having anxiety and depression is like being scared and tired at the same time. It's the fear of failure, but no urge to be productive. It's wanting friends, but hate socializing. It's wanting to be alone, but not wanting to be lonely. It's feeling everything at once, then feeling paralyzing numb. This is a picture of what anxiety and depression at times feels like. Yet what I'm learning more and more in life is that it's fear that causes anxiety. What I've learned in these moments of anxiety is that I have to stop listening to myself and I have to start talking to myself.
This is how you're going to study for hours and not get burnt out. If you struggle with focus, this is the study technique for you. When you're ready to study, open a timer app, hit start on the timer and get to work. As soon as your focus starts to dwindle and you can feel yourself becoming tired, you need to open the timer back up and stop the clock. Depending on how long you studied for, you're going to take a different length break. If you manage 25 minutes or less, you get a 5-minute break. Between 25 and 50 minutes, you get an 8-minute break. Between 50 and 90 minutes, you get a 15-minute break. If you manage to study for over 90 minutes, you can take a 20-minute break. This is called the flow time technique.